8 exercises used by the Japanese to double leg strength even after age 60. In Japan, besides being the country with the highest number of people over 100 years old in the world, something even more impressive stands out. Adults and seniors are able to maintain strong, stable, and functional legs even after age 80. Meanwhile, in Western countries, the World Health Organization itself has pointed out that most people begin to lose leg strength shortly after turning 50, and this loss accelerates over time. This muscle loss brings serious and often devastating consequences. It becomes difficult to get up from a chair, climb stairs, walk distances that were once easy, and, most importantly, the risk of falls increases drastically. Falls, in turn, are the leading cause of loss of independence in old age. And as I always say, if they can do it in Japan, it means there's a method. And if there is a method, it can be learned and replicated. Before we begin, write your name and the city you're watching this content from in the comments. Now let's go to exercise number 1, the resting squat. This is without a doubt one of the most popular and natural exercises within Japanese culture. Unlike us in the West, the Japanese don't spend all their time resting in chairs and sofas. They understand that this habit is unnatural for the human body and, over the years, it harms posture, joints, and muscle strength. That's why they use the deep squat as a resting position in daily life. The most fascinating part of this practice is that a simple change in habit activates several essential muscle groups at the same time: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and the core. All of this while the person is simply resting. A study conducted at the University of Tokyo showed that people over 70 who maintained the resting squat habit had leg strength similar to people around 50 years old. To perform it correctly, spread your feet shoulder width apart and slowly lower your body until your glutes are almost touching the ground, keeping your heels fully supported. Your spine should stay in a neutral position, not exaggerated, neither too curved nor too stiff. The big secret lies in correct progression. For beginners, especially after age 60, start by holding onto a sturdy piece of furniture for support and maintain the position for about 20 seconds. Over time, gradually increase until you can stay in position for 2 to 3 minutes without support. You'll know you're doing it correctly when you feel your leg muscles working but without joint pain. This exercise goes far beyond muscle strengthening. It improves blood circulation in the legs, supports the digestive process, and even develops mental self-control, as it teaches the body and mind to tolerate the initial discomfort of the position. A very common mistake is lifting the heels to try to make the movement easier. When this happens, most of the benefits are lost, and the tension is improperly transferred to the knees. Another frequent mistake is excessively curving the spine, which can cause discomfort in the lower back. To avoid this, keep your abdomen slightly engaged, protecting your spine during the exercise. For adults over 60, the recommendation is to practice this exercise 3 to 5 times a day, gradually increasing the time according to your ability. In just a few weeks, you'll notice it's easier to get up from chairs and that your legs have more endurance for daily activities. Now, exercise number 2, single leg balance. Although it may seem simple, this is one of the pillars of Japanese longevity when we talk about mobility and independence in old age. Standing on just one leg strongly activates the stabilizing muscles of the ankle, knee, hip, and core, the exact muscles responsible for preventing falls. The beauty of this exercise lies in the fact that it strengthens muscles that are usually not worked in conventional exercises. The Japanese incorporate this practice into simple moments of the day, like while brushing their teeth or waiting for the elevator. An impressive fact comes from a longitudinal study conducted with Japanese seniors over 10 years, which revealed that those who practice single-leg balance daily reduced their risk of hip fractures by 60% and the incidence of falls by 40%. Even more impressive, around 80% reported a significant increase in confidence when performing everyday activities. To perform it correctly, start by standing near a wall or sturdy piece of furniture that can serve as support if needed. Shift your body weight to one leg and gently lift the other just enough so it doesn't touch the floor. You don't need to lift your leg very high. The main activation happens in the stabilizing muscles, small but essential muscles that are often neglected in traditional workouts. These are exactly the muscles that begin to atrophy first with age when they're not regularly stimulated. For beginners over 60, start by holding the position for 10 to 15 seconds with support and do 3 repetitions, alternating legs. Over time, Gradually increase until you can hold for up to 60 seconds without support. What many people don't realize is that this exercise also trains reflexes and creates new neural connections, helping the body react more quickly in situations like tripping. A common mistake is lifting the leg too high, which shifts the hip and unnecessarily increases the difficulty of the exercise. Another frequent mistake is tensing the shoulders during the movement. Keep them relaxed so the focus of the work stays on the legs. Fixing your gaze on a point in front of you and gently engaging your core makes it much easier to maintain balance. Daily practice, even for just 5 minutes, already brings significant improvements in leg strength and stability. Now, exercise number 3, the horse stance. This ancient exercise, known as kibidachi in Japanese culture, is part of martial arts training and has been adapted as a powerful strengthening exercise for people of all ages. The horse stance is especially effective for adults over 50 because it is an isometric exercise, which strengthens the muscles without placing impact on the joints. This position intensely works the muscles of the thighs, hips, and core, creating a solid foundation that supports the body's entire structure. The Japanese highly value this stance because it symbolizes stability and rooted strength, concepts deeply embedded in their culture. For people over 50, the benefits are multiple, strengthening the adductor muscles, quadriceps, glutes, and central stabilizers of the body. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science showed that seniors who regularly practiced this stance experienced a 24% increase in leg strength after just 12 weeks. To perform the horse stance correctly, position your feet wide apart, about 1.5 times the width of your shoulders. Then, slightly bend your knees, lowering your body as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Your feet should remain parallel or slightly turned outward. Keep your spine upright and your core gently engaged. The key to this exercise lies in the balanced distribution of weight between both legs and the constant activation of your muscles. You should feel your thigh muscles continuously working to hold the position. For beginners over the age of 60, it is recommended to start by holding the posture for 10 to 15 seconds, performing 3 sets per day. A common mistake is letting the knees go past the line of the toes, which puts excessive pressure on the joints. Another frequent mistake is keeping the hips too high, which significantly reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. The correct position should produce a light burning sensation in the thighs, but never joint pain. As your strength improves, gradually increase the duration of the posture until you can hold it for 60 to 90 continuous seconds. To increase the challenge, you can add small movements like slowly raising your heels or doing gentle up and down pulses. Exercise number 4, Sampa. This slow and meditative walking technique is one of the lesser-known secrets of Japanese longevity. Sampa is based on complete awareness of each step, paying attention to the full movement sequence, first the heel, then the midfoot, and finally the toes. What makes this exercise especially valuable is its dual nature. It promotes both physical and mental strengthening at the same time. The Japanese often practice Sampa in Zen gardens or parks, using the walk as a form of active meditation. Studies conducted with Japanese adults over 65 showed impressive results: a 50% improvement in blood circulation in the extremities, a 40% reduction in the number of falls, and a 50% increase in dynamic balance after just 3 months of regular practice. To perform it correctly, find a place where you can walk slowly without obstacles. At first, a hallway in your own home is a great option. Begin walking at an extremely slow pace, about 4 to 5 times slower than your usual walking speed. All of your attention should be focused on the sensation of each part of your foot touching the ground. First the heel, then the midfoot, and finally the toes. The true value of this exercise lies in the body awareness it develops. Practicing for just 3 minutes a day, while taking deep breaths every 3 steps, is enough to begin building strength, coordination, and proprioception in the legs. A common mistake is walking on autopilot, without truly paying attention to each phase of the step. Another frequent mistake is performing the exercise too quickly. Remember, the goal isn't the distance covered, but the quality, control, and awareness of each movement. The focus is on building strength, stability, and coordination. For adults over 60, especially those with balance difficulties, the recommendation is to begin practicing near a wall or handrail to ensure greater safety during the exercise. As confidence grows, practice this exercise in more open spaces and on different types of surfaces to increase the level of challenge. Now, exercise number 5, heel raises. This simple yet extremely effective exercise directly targets the calf muscles, especially the gastrocnemius and soleus. What many people don't know is that the calf is considered the second heart of the body, because its contractions help push blood back to the heart against the force of gravity. In Japanese culture, strengthening the calves is highly valued, especially after age 60, since these muscles are essential for stability while walking, climbing stairs, and most importantly, for fall prevention. That's why the Japanese often include heel raises in simple daily moments, like while waiting in line or brushing their teeth. To perform it correctly, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly raise yourself up onto the balls of your feet, keeping your body aligned, and then return just as slowly to the starting position. The movement should be controlled and mindful, lifting as high as possible to work the muscles through their full range of motion. For beginners over 60, the recommendation is to start with 2 sets of 15 repetitions, using a wall or sturdy furniture for support. As strength improves, progress to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Muscle engagement is maximized when you rise as high as possible and hold the top position for 1 to 2 seconds before lowering. A common mistake is rocking the body forward and backward, using momentum instead of muscle strength to rise. Another frequent mistake is performing the movement too quickly, which significantly reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. Remember that each repetition should be controlled on both the way up and the way down. To increase the challenge, there are 2 main progressions: doing the exercise on a step, allowing the heels to drop below toe level to expand the range of motion, or performing the heel raise on just one leg, which nearly doubles the resistance for each calf. In addition to muscle strengthening, this exercise significantly improves blood circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of varicose veins and ankle swelling, common issues after the age of 60. People who practice it regularly report feeling more comfortable standing for long periods and walking longer distances. The recommendation is to perform this exercise daily, preferably split into 2 or 3 short sessions throughout the day. Since the calf muscles are predominantly made up of slow-twitch fibers, they respond better to a higher volume of moderate repetitions than to fewer reps with heavy loads. Now, exercise number 6, the wall squat. This isometric exercise is one of the safest and most effective ways to strengthen leg muscles after age 60. Used in both traditional Japanese medicine and modern fitness practices, the wall squat stands out for working the quadriceps, glutes, and core intensely without putting impact on the joints. The great advantage of this exercise is its simplicity and its ease of adaptation to different ages and fitness levels. In Japanese culture, it is often included in active meditation sessions, combining physical strengthening with mental training. To perform it correctly, position yourself with your back fully supported against a wall and your feet shoulder-width apart, about 30 centimeters, 12 inches, in front of the wall. Slowly slide your back down the wall until your knees form a roughly 90-degree angle, as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Keep your knees aligned with your ankles, never going past the line of your toes. A study conducted with Japanese adults aged 65 to 75 showed an average increase of 14% in leg muscle strength after just 8 weeks of regular wall squat practice. Even more impressive was a 27% improvement in the ability to climb stairs without fatigue or pain. The secret of this exercise lies in isometry, which means continuous muscle contraction without joint movement. This makes the exercise extremely safe, even for people with mild joint limitations. For beginners over 60, start by holding the position for 15 to 20 seconds, performing 3 sets per day. Gradually increase until you can hold the position for 60 seconds. A common mistake is holding your breath during the exercise. Keep your breathing natural and continuous, with your core gently engaged to protect your spine. Another frequent mistake is letting the knees collapse inward. Keep them aligned with your feet to maintain joint health. This exercise trains not only the body but also the mind, teaching you how to manage discomfort in a controlled way. The Japanese believe this ability is essential for healthy aging, the capacity to remain steady in the face of challenges. You'll know you're doing it correctly when you feel a burning sensation in your thighs, but without any joint pain in the knees. To gradually increase the challenge, try placing a small ball or cushion between your knees and gently squeezing it during the exercise. This adds work to the adductor muscles and increases core activation. Now, let's move on to the bonus exercise we've prepared especially for you. Bonus exercise, dead hang, or passive hanging. This isn't a leg-specific exercise, but over the last decade, it has become one of the most widely practiced movements in Japan due to its extraordinary full-body benefits. Think of it as an extra gift from this content to you. The dead hang simply consists of hanging from a horizontal bar with your arms fully extended. Despite its simplicity, the benefits are remarkable, especially for adults over 50 who often suffer from postural problems and accumulated tension. One of its main benefits is spinal decompression, relieving pressure that builds up over the years. When we hang under the force of gravity alone, the intervertebral discs have the chance to rehydrate and expand, easing the pressure accumulated from prolonged sitting or standing. People who practice this exercise regularly report a significant reduction in chronic back pain after adding it to their routine. Another extremely important benefit is improved grip strength. After age 60, grip strength tends to decline naturally, affecting simple daily tasks like opening jars, holding objects securely, or carrying bags. Studies show a strong correlation between good grip strength and longer life expectancy. The dead hang directly works all the forearm muscles responsible for this function. Additionally, improved shoulder mobility is perhaps one of the most noticeable benefits for older adults. As we age, the range of motion in the shoulders significantly decreases, limiting activities such as combing hair or reaching for items on high shelves. The dead hang gently helps restore this natural mobility. To perform it correctly, find a sturdy horizontal bar. It could be at a park, gym, or even installed at home in a doorframe. Grip the bar with your hands in a pronated position, shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Completely relax the shoulder muscles, allowing your body to hang fully. The great beauty of this exercise lies in its passive nature. You don't need to make any active effort, just hang and breathe calmly and in a controlled manner. For beginners over 60, start with just 5 to 10 seconds, doing 5 sets with adequate rest in between. Gradually increase the time, always respecting your limits. A common mistake is keeping the shoulders tense or lifted during the exercise. The goal is exactly the opposite, to let your body weight naturally stretch the shoulders, arms, and spine. Another frequent mistake is holding your breath during the exercise. Maintain deep and steady breathing to maximize muscle relaxation. This exercise is not recommended for people with acute shoulder injuries, severe tendinitis, or serious spinal problems. For everyone else, it's a simple and highly effective way to promote joint health and release accumulated tension from daily life. The Japanese often practice the dead hang in the morning, as a way to reset their posture for the rest of the day. The recommendation is to practice daily, doing 5 sets for as long as is comfortable. Even starting with just 5 seconds, you can notice surprisingly fast progress. In addition to physical benefits, the dead hang also builds mental endurance, the ability to stay calm and focused during temporary discomfort. This quality, highly valued in Japanese philosophy, directly translates into a better way of handling everyday challenges. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn about 6 isometric postures practiced exclusively by the Japanese to strengthen even the deepest muscle fibers in the human body, we've left a video on the screen now, showing each one in detail and how to perform them correctly. Don't miss it. Thank you for staying with us until the end. May God bless you, my friend.